I've got a quick, I don't know if it's a story, somewhat of a story for you, mate, about driving on the road. About, I know you're a fan of people doing funny things on the road. You enjoy it very much.
You've always got entertaining stories of escapades on the road. Sorry, every escapade you have to tell about being on the road is always funny.
This one is actually a vicarious story. So this happened to Cami recently. She was driving on I guess somewhat of a like residential sort of street.
Yep.
And there was a truck that was in front of her. And the truck was, I think, the delivery truck. Someone was making a delivery to a house and they'd missed the house. So they drove maybe a little, and there's a roundabout in front as well. So they missed the house. Instead of going around the roundabout and coming back, they've put their hazards on. They put their hazards on. And I think when they put their hazards on, they might have had the opinion that putting your hazards on allows you to randomly reverse when you please.
Oh, I do get triggered by a lot of things on the road, a lot of people on the road, and there's too many people. Is it too early for a rant in this episode?
No.
Too many people assume that putting their hazards on means they can do whatever the fuck they want and stop wherever the fuck they want.
I'm allowed to do anything now, right? It's like a magical button.
Oh, that's fucking triggered me. If that's how you want to start this episode, fucking so be it. So what happened? How did it end, or was that it?
Well, they literally were like reversing and like were just backing, and she was like, they were expecting her to reverse as well. But so she was like quickly checked to see if there was any oncoming like cars, and then just like went around. But yeah, right next to a roundabout too. So if you miss the house.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start? I guess we started. Hello and welcome to another episode of Fine-Legged Full Forward. It has been another unspecified time unit. Got to get more creative with saying that. I feel like we said that
Too many times?
Just, I know the whole thing about unspecified time unit, but I feel like that was how it was sort of kicked off last week as well.
Yeah, that's true. Got to think of other ways to rejig that bit.
Ever since I updated the Instagram bio I changed it from episodes drop every Thursday to episodes drop on an occasional Thursday.
Yep.
And we've started taking that very, very seriously.
Well, we got to stay true to our word. Right?
I also quite like being that little bit unpredictable. Just being like, oh, is there an episode?
You never know. You never know when we're going to pop up.
Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Yeah. And it definitely is very, very hypocritical to stuff we've said in the past about
consistency.
Consistently putting out episodes so that you're getting into a routine.
Yep.
And your listeners are getting into a routine to work these shows into.
Yeah. So, this is the routine, but how long can we say this is the routine?
Well, what if being inconsistent is part of your routine?
Part of the routine.
You're consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
Fuck. That summed up this show in 2 words, hasn't it? Consistently inconsistent. Bloody hell. Anyway, how you going, my friend?
I'm going okay, mate.
Yeah?
I'm going okay.
Still a bit under the weather? Not 100%? Bit crook?
Yeah, I don't think I've been 100% in...
years.
I want to say like... at least 6 weeks. Like it's been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute. 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, putting the positive spin on there.
Yep.
It would have been a lot more pod episodes once upon a time.
Yes.
Now it's only two episodes. Positive spin on that.
But yeah, going all right, mate. This cough is still a part of me.
I know we've spoken on the pod before about your lack of fondness towards cold and flu medicine.
Yep.
The whole thing about They don't help with the symptoms. They just mask the symptoms, which is a whole fucking thing.
Yep.
Have you tried anything like that, or are you just like, oh, I've had this cough for weeks and it's just not going anywhere?
No,
not doing anything about it.
I've been to the GP a couple times actually.
That's gross.
Yeah. I did try Codral early on.
Shout out Codral.
Unless,
Depending where the rest of that goes.
I feel like the cold part of it, like I could tell when I was like recovered from the cold part of it, and then it's just a cough, and it's just stayed. And I feel like Codral and all the other medication that I've taken, like all the cough syrup and everything, just hasn't really gotten rid of the cough.
You want to look down the barrel and address Big Pharma? No,
Big Pharma?
You're not.
Oh,
Not wanting to make that much of a statement.
did I mention that? All of this has sort of happened since I got the flu shot.
You did actually, yeah. No, it was definitely an Aswin the anti-vaxxer comment.
Some sort of, okay. I wasn't sure.
Last
if I did say
episode.
that or
No,
not.
definitely happened.
Yeah. No controversy here, mate. No controversy here. How you been?
Yeah. I feel like I've had the flu shot now. Nah, flat out, man. Flat out. Pretty tired, but yeah. Plenty on. We had a Bucks weekend. When was that? Last weekend? Weekend before?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what day it is.
Yep.
Last weekend. Whenever the long weekend was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very, very, very good friend of the show, P Doggy Dog.
Yep.
Yeah, so we went away, did a few Bucks style activities with go-karting and lunch and stuff like that, and ended up being a pretty wholesome trip, wasn't it? Really, it was good.
It's nice, man. It was very wholesome. I think it was definitely not crazy, but
No.
there was never a dull moment like throughout it, and
No, not at all.
And I didn't come last in go-karts, so
You didn't, which is a surprise in itself.
Yeah.
Surprise in itself. Shout out Author Boys. Yeah, it was good though, wasn't it? It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Reason I am so tired, thanks for asking, is I got back from Sydney this morning.
You did.
Was up for work, and I'll just say 2 really long days. Those who travel for work, I do not envy you. That is not high on my bucket list.
Not the first time you've mentioned that you're not a fan of travelling for work.
Nah, not at all. But was there for a work event with the Sydney Swans.
Yep.
So that part of it was actually really, really bloody good. So we had some clients and stuff there, but I was involved in the organising of the event. So I went along and got to go for a kick on the SCG.
Yep.
Some of the Swans players were there, like some big names as well. You know, Chad Warner, Tom Papley, Armadi after he kicked 9 on the weekend.
Yep.
Lloyd, McCartan, Heaney. Yeah, so plenty of big names there. All let's say all but one of them.
Yeah.
were really engaged, really happy to be there. I was proven right about a certain individual based on the interaction with them. I'm not going to name names, but it rhymes with no. I'll let you guys guess who you think it might have been, but I'll tell you who it wasn't. It definitely wasn't Isaac Heaney. Oh, what a gentleman he is.
Yeah?
What a gentleman he is. He gave everyone the time of day, having a nice chat. Had a chat with him about another good friend of the show, old Jados, about how he's a big Swans fan and how his birthday was not too long ago. So I got a photo with him for Jados.
Nice.
I sent him the message and he thought I was being an arsehole. I was like,
You're actually doing it for him.
I was like, my mate from last night said happy birthday. And he thought I was taking the piss. I was like, no, I genuinely talked about you.
Yeah.
Do you Swans fan? So yeah, but no, it was really good. Yeah, kicked a couple of goals. Like on the SCG, there was some training drills. So like a handballing drill, and there was a couple of the players were involved in that, and then goal kicking drill. So I kicked a few kicked a few snags on the SCG, which is pretty good.
Impressed a few of the Swans boys.
Well, the thing is, because it was a client event,
Yep.
and it was obviously for clients based in New South Wales.
Yeah.
They're mostly like, it's big NRL country up there, isn't it?
Course,
like,
course.
obviously, everyone knows that. Not many of them know how to handball or kick properly.
Kick, yeah.
So I think
Okay.
there was like 80 of us there in total, and well under 10 could kick. I mean, if I'm one of the better kicks there,
Yeah.
the talent pool ain't strong.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, Jude Bolton was there. He emceed the whole thing. He was also really, really engaged, made time for everyone. Invited him along to an episode of the pod, but he was busy every occasional Thursday, which is a bit of a shame. But plugged it. He's already followed it. We followed back. We've been chatting for a little while now. He's a fast friend of the show.
Yep.
100%.
So, running it back through another couple of weeks. That's another way of saying it, right?
Couple of weeks, yeah.
Couple of weeks, because a couple can be multiple weeks. So.
True. Almost like a specified time unit.
Yep. But it is also like, it gives the illusion of a specified time unit with that. We are maybe draining it a bit too much, I reckon.
Nah. Wouldn't be us.
It has, it's been a couple of bye rounds in the footy.
It has been a bye round. A few, hasn't there?
Yeah.
Everyone's favourite time of year when there's less footy on in the height of winter.
In the height. It's cold, mate.
It is cold. It is very cold. Is it the winter solstice? That's soon, isn't it? That's usually
early June, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's around now.
Yeah, maybe. Fucking feels that way.
Yeah. You're up in Sydney this morning, but this morning I reckon it was about 3 degrees. It was fresh.
Yeah, glad to have missed that one. Glad to have missed that one.
Speaking of cold, the Big Freeze. Big Freeze 10.
Great segue.
Yeah?
Well done.
Thanks, mate. Another massive donation effort. We love the Big Freeze, mate.
Can't believe there's been 10 of them. It
is crazy to think about, right?
Unbelievable cause, unbelievable effort from the Danahers, and it's a pretty special day, and you just see like an absolute sea of blue beanies at the footy on the King's birthday holiday, and it's unbelievable.
I think it's another thing as well. Like when you just walk around Melbourne, even when the footy's not on, like in the summer or just randomly, and you just see those beanies. Yeah, it just gives you that feeling as well, right? Like there's so many people that are on board, and supporting and have been supporting for the past 10 years. So
it's just synonymous with being an AFL supporter, really.
Yeah,
it's gone to that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good on the Big Freeze. We love it, as always. What else has happened since we last recorded? North off the mark for the season.
Yep.
Which was unbelievable.
Yep.
And then played an unbelievable half of footy. And then we're absolutely robbed against the Pies.
I don't know about... Yeah, okay. Okay, like robbed in a sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there was the touch behind.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There was the holding the ball. I'm gonna hit pause on that.
Okay.
For a sec. We'll come back to that.
All right.
It was 50.
Yeah.
But also don't give up a 54-point lead. But it was a touch behind.
Yeah.
It was holding the ball.
Yeah.
It was 50.
Yeah.
But also don't give up don't give up a 54-point lead. But also umpire correctly. Oh,
quite a few hot takes in there, mate.
Man, I'm just I'm not fence sitting. I'm going hopping
back and forth of the sense.
It's just I watched 2 Collingwood games in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just umpire consistently. We get it. Nick Dacos is the golden boy. He's the face of the AFL.
He is incredible.
Just try and he's a freak.
Yeah.
Everyone wishes he played for their team.
Yep.
Right? I will get that out there to start with. umpire him the same as you umpire everyone else. There's two blatant holding the balls that just were not paid against him. And there's just no real reason. You got all these bullshit new interpretations of holding the ball and they're being paid, they're not being paid. Just give us consistency. But also don't give up a 54-point lead. Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny because we were both watching it over the weekend, and I think Cammy was more devastated than I was.
You're so numb to it.
I'm so numb to it. This is like, in the second quarter, third quarter, I was like, yeah, I'll probably come back. And it was more just like not an if, it was when.
When, yeah.
And it was similar to, you started off by talking about our first win of the season against West Coast. And that was holding off an enormous comeback.
It was too, wasn't it? Yeah.
So that was very likely to be the same. The only reason I had a little bit of hope was we kicked one goal in the last quarter against the Pies. I thought we were going to kick 0 goals.
Yeah.
So when we kicked that one goal to go back front, I was like, oh, maybe this time it's different. They're just that little bit, because everything else is just like, yeah, this is how it goes. We get run over and
just run out of legs. Another honourable loss.
Loss.
Yeah,
And
look to the future and all that.
Yeah.
And there was it Fisher had that rushed shot at goal right at the end, that snap, and it looked like it was going through.
There are a few real dicey moments, close moments. But look, mate, the talk of the town for a couple of days. So
yeah. I mean, enjoy that.
Yeah,
enjoy that. But obviously, I mean, I think it was in the top 10 for biggest comebacks.
Yeah.
So obviously, we know how good Collingwood are. We know how annoying it is. Just umpire correctly. But don't give up. Yeah, you get it. Dusty played in his 300th game. That also happened.
Yes.
There's a lot of footy in this episode so far.
Yeah.
Fun fact, he is the only player in AFL history to lose his 290th, 291st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 300th game in his career.
It's a very niche stat.
Shout out to useless AFL
stats.
Yep.
Yeah, where else would it come from? That is that's incredible.
Yep.
I feel, I don't know if I feel smarter knowing that or dumber or the same.
You reviewing this podcast? Bloody hell. The Swans are the team to beat, though.
They are, mate.
That's not changed. And having a tour around their facilities and having a bit of insight into how they're operating
behind the curtain.
Yeah, it's not hard to see why.
Fair enough. I mean, definitely the team to beat. And is their percentage is still like
150 or something?
So much ahead of the next team, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. We have spoken a lot about footy, mate. A lot.
Too much.
Doesn't mean we're not going to talk about footy for the rest of the pod in some shape or form. But I'd like to talk about something else as the main topic for today.
Let's do it.
Cammy and I recently, as you know, I think I mentioned it, might have been last week or the week before, well, not last episode or the episode before, that we were fostering a kitten.
Yes.
Yes. Little Velcro. Little adorable kitten that's very naughty. And
the parenting skills weren't strong.
The disciplining.
No, don't do that.
Yes. The reading multiple articles on positive reinforcement and
I go back to year 10 psychology, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't help me much. But there were very adorable moments, when she was asleep or lying.
She was asleep, not running around being a little shit. Oh, she's so cute and nice when she's sitting there not doing anything, just only breathing.
Did I mention the relief that we had in the moments that we saw her actually use a litter tray? she'd go over to the litter tray and actually use it and be like, "Oh my gosh, we did it!"
Oh, instead of like looking though, she's pretending to use it.
Yeah.
And pissing all your bags.
Pissing on the bags. Yep.
Oh.
So it's definitely been an experience.
Yep.
And first time fostering any animal, and so that's sort of the inspiration for this episode. You know, we fostered Velcro, an adorable kitten, for about 4 weeks. She's now found her forever home. But basically, it got us thinking about what it would be like to foster a team's mascot or logo. And I'm talking about AFL teams, mascots or logos.
Like their team's nickname, right?
Yeah. So just like imagining what it would be like to foster.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing this week.
That is what we're doing this week.
Episode.
So do you want to start off with...
I'll start off with a little bit of sense.
Okay.
All right. You think of, obviously the cat's the obvious one because it's literally what we started with. So you think of, the cats.
Yep.
And the bulldogs.
Yep.
You're pretty set. You know, you just got to buy your basic pet supplies, and you can foster either of those in any sort of home, really.
Yeah.
Apartment, anything like that.
Yeah. And like particularly, I think being a bulldog as well, as opposed to like a super,
a big boy.
Yeah, big boy, or like super athletic, fit, needs to run around for like 3 hours a day sort of dog as well. So cats and bulldogs.
Yeah.
No, that'd be good. Moving along to...
Take a step away from sense.
A step away from sense, yes. Fostering a kangaroo. Now, I think you'd probably need a decent block of land.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, not saying it's impossible. Not saying that the amount of space that you might have, acres. It's definitely realistic in Australia, but not for everyone, I'd say.
No, you're not having an inner city kangaroo, are you?
No, probably not. You probably need a pouch.
A pouch?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
For the little, it's a little...
Make it feel at home. So you're like the mama kangaroo.
Yeah. Maybe one of those...
the papoose.
The what?
The papoose.
Is that what it's called?
I think so. I said that with such confidence, and now I'm not so sure. I think that's what it's called.
Maybe.
You strap the baby.
The baby at the front, they're just like dangling like that? Yeah.
Is that called a papoose?
Say with your chest.
Say papoose. I've just smacked the baby.
The papoose.
The papoose, yeah.
Get one of those and chuck
No.
the Joey in there.
But now I'm not so sure. The existential dread has set in.
It's all right. We've committed. So
We have. Okay. I guess this one's not that outrageous of a step away from sense. We're sort of still hovering there. All the bird teams aren't really that outrageous, are they?
No.
Magpies would be... Well, they'd be a bloody pain in the ass to deal with, always swooping you. But yeah, you got your hawks, your eagles. Are there any more birds? Your swans,
crows.
your crows. Thank you. I mean, it's all doable. Again, you need a bit of land. You just have a bit of trouble making sure they wouldn't fly off.
You need
a lot of land with a giant net to keep everyone in.
Yeah, you don't want them flying off.
I wouldn't recommend fostering any of the birds if you're also fostering a kangaroo as well. This is a different block of land.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Because obviously people have pet parrots,
Like parrot, yeah, all that.
I don't know. Was there a story about a pet magpie recently? There was something in the news.
Whoa, yeah. There was.
I can't remember enough about it, and I'm not across.
There's like a movie based on it, yeah. There's this family like found an injured magpie and lived with him for ages, nursed it back to health, and then they kept living with him, and then they eventually released it.
Yep.
And it just kept
coming back.
Kept coming back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, the lady actually spoke at a work event I had like mid last year. It was just like all that's just sort of come back to me.
Just come back.
That's so random.
Yeah.
That's so random.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It can be done.
It can be done.
Can be done.
But it shouldn't be done. Don't go around kidnapping
magpies. Probably not.
or swans, or crows, or hawks, or eagles.
Any of them.
You're going to come off second best on a lot of those.
Yeah. Alrighty, so this one is a bit more, I'm going to say left of field.
Shout out to lefties in the field.
Yes.
Yep.
Left of center as well.
Yep. Left of that point in the sky, because you're going to talk about the sons. Not the daughters, just the sons.
The SUNS. The Gold Coast Suns. Look, it would be tough to foster the son.
You need a lot of. I'd need a lot of sunscreen.
You would, but everyone would.
Yep.
Sunnies.
Sunnies, yeah. You'd actually need to fork out on another set of sunnies and not just wear your broken ones.
Yep.
They probably wouldn't do the job.
Yep.
Trying to look after the sun.
It'd be tough because you definitely can't get too close to the sun.
There's a famous saying, isn't there, about flying too close to the sun, or a song or something? Something about that. Yeah.
That's Icarus. Is that? No.
Yeah, actually, yeah. No, that does ring a bell. Yeah.
But yeah, you'd probably want to keep your, 1 to 2 billion kilometers or whatever it is away from the sun.
A bit of distance.
Away from the sun. A bit of a...
Makes for an interesting foster experience.
Yeah. Yeah, long distance.
Long distance foster care.
Long distance foster care.
Yeah,
that would definitely be long distance foster care, I think.
It's fucking stupid. What is this episode? Lions and tigers. So we lump the big cats together.
Yep.
I mean, if you're listening to this and you're driving around the safari that you own, you're pretty set, right? I think that's pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean,
I've got heaps of mates.
Heaps of mates that have safaris.
I don't know about you.
Not so much myself.
You sold yours though, because you definitely had one. You definitely were one of those mates that had a safari.
Yeah, just down in Inby.
Down the Inverloch safari. Yeah,
the old Inverloch safari.
Yeah, that's that fish and chip. At Beckett Street.
Yeah.
The Esplanade.
Yeah. Just like say a few more things, and it's like, oh yeah, I can start to see it now. I can start to see it. Just on the corner there. Yeah.
Yep.
It would be tough. You'd need a lot of meat. It would be hard to take care of them. But if you do have a safari, it would be doable.
And make sure you don't end up as meat.
As meat, yes. I tell you what we could really benefit from fostering.
Talk to me.
The power could really help you out with your energy bill.
Yeah, true. In a cost of living crisis at the moment,
right now,
every little helps. You just get a little bit of a boost on your energy bill for a few weeks.
Yeah,
make a difference.
I don't mind looking after power for a couple of weeks.
See if you can sort of bank it up a little bit. And,
yeah,
have it stored there. Yeah, definitely doable.
Yeah, I'd want to make it permanent. I'd probably.
You want to adopt
power. Yeah. Power. Is there a possibility of extending this into an adoption?
What's the catch, I reckon? What's the catch? You'd have to try and give Jason Horne-Francis an ice bath. Well, that one's definitely realistic.
Yep.
Equally realistic would be. Yep. Well, it's more. I guess it's. I've got to ask a question here with this. How do you look after the colour blue? How do you adopt the blues?
Adopt the blues.
How do you foster the blue? Like, do you just listening to classic blues hits.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice way of thinking about it.
You just sort of wear blue all the time. Like
Yep.
I'm thinking like dress up as a Smurf
You embrace
for like weeks.
blueness. Like
Yeah.
You are blue. You're adopting, you're fostering blue. We recently watched Inside Out 2, and one of the characters' sadness is like blue. And that's like the premise, I'm not giving anything away, is like inside a child's mind, there's all the different emotions.
Yeah.
And one of them's sadness. And there's times in the movie where the others are like, oh, look, oh, it's okay. And like they're looking after sadness.
Yeah.
So like when it's like,
yeah.
how do you look after the color blue? That's what comes to mind for me.
Of course, you've taken the sad boy route there. Of course.
But yeah, that's probably how you do it. How you look after blue. Giants.
Another one you need a heap of space for.
Yeah, we need a lot of space. A lot of large items, I think.
Just what, like toys? What do you mean items?
Yeah, if it's a giant baby, then you'd need like massive toys.
Yep.
And
And a big bed.
a big bed.
Well, yeah. Well, how big are we talking? Like how giant would the giant be? Are we talking like skyscraper tall? Or are we just talking like a what's the Hagrid? Like that sort of height? He was only like a half giant. I don't know.
Yeah, so if it's like Hagrid scale, like that, then I feel like it's more realistic.
Yes, yes. Half giants famously known for being realistic.
But in terms of like looking after a thing that's the size of a skyscraper, I feel like it's a lot harder.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
always.
you might run into
Great insight
into some difficulties. I don't think having a safari or having a lot of land would help out too much in that instance.
Well, yeah, the safari could double up as food for the giant.
That's true.
If it's a big boy.
Yeah. That's true.
Not as unrealistic as a demon though. Like that's. We're getting quite conceptual.
We are getting very conceptual here. A demon's like, you obviously wouldn't want to piss them off.
No, it'd send you to some underworld or they'd curse you or something, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But they probably wouldn't. I feel like it's a thing. Like they can't go out into sunlight. It has to be
really?
in darkness.
Oh, so you just close the blinds then, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Or is that vampires? Or is it demons as well?
probably maybe both.
Maybe both.
I don't know enough about it, but
yeah.
would be tough. I think.
Just shut the blinds. Shut the blinds.
True.
Easy.
It's a lot easier than I thought.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot easier than a giant.
Very, very true. Very true. We've pretty much covered every team there. Pretty much. We'll just say we love the Saints and fuck Fremantle. And we'll move on.
Switch on.
We've got a super quick switch on for you this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of an activity. Switch on can be anything. Oh, said it. So we've been talking about all these teams in the AFL, including St Kilda and Fremantle, and talking about their team nickname, their mascot, their logo, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And it's got us thinking about how do you come up with that name for the team? Like the Geelong Cats, the North Melbourne Kangaroos,
Yep.
and all of the other ones. And it just got us thinking about the process involved in that. And so I think we're going to try and come up with a bit of a process ourselves, as to how that might work.
Yeah. So like initially, and I feel like we've somewhat touched on this when we talked about Tassie team, and
We've dabbled.
But I like imagine the stereotypical presentation in a boardroom sort of thing. How you've got a whiteboard up.
Yeah.
You got a brainstorming sort of session. You've got you've got some things up on the board about maybe the area. You know, you probably want something that's specific to the local area. Like that's probably a preference.
Well, that's true, isn't it? The first stage is picking where the team's going to be.
Yeah.
Where the team's going to be.
Yeah.
So the name of the place, then you want to sort out sort of what they're known for.
Yeah.
Anything like that. Or names that work with the letters of the place.
Yeah. So I guess, Tasmania.
Tasmanian Devils.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess step 2 is checking copyright stuff.
Go back and listen to that episode.
Yeah.
If you have a spare 40-odd minutes.
But I feel like that would be the start. And then, like, before you go through and, like, you know, come up with conceptual sketches of... Because once you do lock in a platypus or whatever you're doing, you know, there's a million different ways that a platypus can look as a mascot.
Very true.
And in like the artwork itself, but then how does someone at the game fit into a costume that is that mascot? Like, would it be a platypus that's standing up on two legs?
Like Perry the Platypus.
Like Perry the Platypus from Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah, so lots of considerations.
It is a process, and just going back to what we were saying about, like the location and what it's known for, we could sort of do a bit of an exercise within the exercise here.
Yeah,
because you think about new teams, and obviously Tasmania's been on the conversation for so long. Darwin's after a team as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about new teams, and people just go to like Tasmania or like a capital city.
Yeah.
But you think about like Greater Western Sydney, like it's like a region. Fremantle, like a little part of Perth. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be
a main city, capital
city. So thinking about just other regions of Australia, and thinking about what they're known for, should we just try and on the fly just come up with a couple of places and what their team names based on purely what they're known for?
True.
We are absolutely winging this, by the way.
Yeah.
So, for example, first one that comes to my mind, if we had a team in the Barossa Valley.
Okay. Yep.
The Barossa Valley grapes.
The grapes, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go with wine, but grapes.
Well, that's how it starts. That's how it starts, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so that's the third team in South Australia.
Cool, nice. Definitely need a third team in South Australia.
Yeah.
To represent the regions.
Well, I'm just thinking a gather round. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah. The grape could be like, have you like imagined this costume, like the mascot?
Yep. For the last 14 seconds, I've been imagining it. Yeah. It's like I'm imagining like the grape emoji.
Yep.
It's just that, but with eyes.
With eyes on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hands and feet.
Yeah.
Give us a region, and then give us a team.
The the South Gippsland.
I was expecting Inverloch, to be honest.
The South Gippsland Penguins.
South Gippsland Penguins.
Growing up, mate.
Yep.
No one knew, and lots of more people know about it now, but no one knew what Inverloch was. Everyone was talking about Phillip Island.
Yeah.
That was the way of
salty there.
that was the way of the means of navigation. It was like, oh, you haven't heard of it? It's like half an hour further from Phillip Island. You know the Penguins? Yeah, that. So,
wait, but aren't the Penguins at Phillip Island?
Sorry?
The Penguin Parade, isn't that at Phillip Island?
At Phillip Island, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you mean? You say Inverloch had the Penguins. What did you say?
No. As in like this South Gippsland Penguins would be like the region.
Got you.
But yeah.
All right.
just a penguin costume. Also Madagascar,
Oh,
got
for
a bit of that.
fuck's sake. So this came up. This is one for the OG listeners. This came up while we were away about Madagascar 2 being better than Shrek.
Yep.
The first Shrek.
Yep.
And he's just fucking. Not only is he standing by it, he is not budging at all on the opinion.
I'm doubling
but he's
down.
brainwashing other people in the friend group, and they've started agreeing with it. I will give you that it has plenty of funny moments.
Yep.
Madagascar 2.
It has-
absolutely does.
It has the most amount of funny moments. Like if the runtime, you look at the runtime, you chunk together all the funny bits, mate. There's evidence right there.
I agree.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. The cultural impact that Shrek has had for so much longer.
Yeah.
Just that forever holds it above it.
Yeah.
And I'm not having anything otherwise. Not having it. Not having it. Anyway, so I think we've switched on. Why do you think there's no sea animals as teams in the AFL? I know the NRL they've got the Sharks.
Yep.
There's no real sea animals
Yeah.
at all, is there? They have the Dolphins as well in the NRL? I don't fucking know. They might not. Some code has the Dolphins, I think.
Right. Yeah, maybe Union potentially.
Maybe.
Or something. I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know.
No.
And it's not like the NRL is more water leaning than the AFL. Both very much land sports.
Like, none of it. Like, if we want a new team in Perth, you could have the Joondalup jellyfish. Jellyfishes. Jellyfi? Like, there's so many options, and there's just no sea animals in the AFL.
That's true.
The crocs up in Darwin.
Yeah.
They're not sea animals, though, are they?
I mean, closer than anything else.
Water-ish.
We're getting very much dabbing our toe into the very literally into the water. But yeah, it's a very interesting one. I have no reason. There's no genuine reason that I can see, unless there's something.
I'm pissed. Don't worry though. We got the Bombers in there. We got the Bombers in there. We got the Giants in there.
Yeah.
We got.
Oh, that's one that we didn't talk about. The Bombers.
Oh, the
Bombers. We didn't talk about how to foster a bomber.
We didn't even give him a cheeky swipe. We'd forgotten about it as well. Just get a massive airplane hangar and just leave it.
Cammy's going to kill me. We didn't talk about the Bombers at all.
She doesn't listen.
Although, is it a mosquito? It's a plane, right?
As in the Essendon logo.
Yeah, the logo's a plane.
The logo's a plane, yeah.
The mascot is a mosquito. So it's like, either way, foster caring a mosquito or a plane, probably going to be tough.
I'd swat the mosquito. I'd swat the mosquito. Just on, what were we talking about? Another interesting one for you. Who decides which colours can be teams? Like, there's literally only the blues as the colour. Who decides that? Like, why is there no reds? Like, if we wanted another Sydney team, these are all coming to me now.
Yeah.
Out in Ryde is a suburb in Sydney.
It is a suburb in Sydney.
Why is there no the Ryde Reds?
The Ryde Reds.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Why
not? The Greensboro Greens. Just the Greens. No, we're not getting political.
I don't. Yeah. Do you reckon the AFL would? And this is I think both have genuinely no idea, but we're curious. Like, if a team was going to sort of be formed, would the AFL like veto stuff? Be like, no, not those colours.
Maybe.
It'd be interesting. I'm curious. I don't know how much they'd be like, because you can talk about jerseys clashing. That really isn't I don't think that's a massive thing. There's already teams where there's similar colours and the like. But in terms of overall colours, I don't know. I'm curious.
Yeah, I wonder. And even like with the names as well, because like pretty much every team is the somethings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apart from, power.
Mm.
Like, I wonder if it's sticking on colours. Like, could that be the something purple?
Yeah.
Like, you got in the NRL, you got the Melbourne Storm.
Yeah,
like, they're not the
exactly.
Storms or the
Yeah.
They're just the sun. Yeah. I wonder. Well, that was switch on. I think. I feel like we got
Switched on?
We got thinking.
Yeah, I think so. I think we slightly switched on, and then kind of the switch was kind of like
It was like flat.
yeah.
It was neither on nor off.
No, that middle bit
flat,
where it's just like it's like flickering, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. We're definitely in the winter era of the pod for now, aren't we? Just looking at the colours we're wearing again. Very, very dreary.
I think last time we recorded, we're kind of all very much all dark colours as well, all black.
Miserable Melbourne winter.
It's okay. Hey, did you catch much of the playoffs?
Oh yeah, let's talk about this now.
We didn't realise that the playoffs completely finished, and we haven't really said anything about it.
Spoiler alert: the Boston Celtics have won their 18th title.
Yep.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking.
What are they thinking?
They won 11 of them when there were only 8 teams in the competition. I get it. I'm not the one saying that. I'm the one reading it. Don't come at me about the amount of titles that they've won. But yeah, it wasn't even really that much of a series, was it?
No. I think the only game was the last game in Dallas and even that, I'm pretty sure
that was a blowout. Yeah.
Blowout, and I think Porzingis was missing that as well. So like, it's one of those ones where it was like Celtics were always going to be the team.
I mean,
they
were so far ahead of anyone else the whole season.
So yeah, as much as you want a competitive series from a neutral perspective, sometimes you don't get it. So congrats to the Celtics.
Yep, I know Jason Tatum is a avid listener of the show, so I'm sure he was waiting for that, and he would have been pretty annoyed that it's only come
at the end of the episode.
This time of the episode, yeah. So sorry, Jason Tatum, but also you didn't even win Finals MVP, so. Didn't expect to be throwing shade at the Boston Celtics.
No,
that was all shade from me. That whole bit.
You didn't expect it, but when I hit record, something just came out of you.